Extra starts now.
Well, we made it through the week with lots of sun out there, some nice cool nights, and the days, well, a little bit hotter during the afternoons. Let's take you to a live look from Grandview Medical Center here on First Alert Weather Extra, and we've got some fair weather clouds out there today. At one point, I was looking to the north from Red Mountain, and you could see some of those mid-level clouds almost look like kind of very flat pancake clouds. You don't see that vertical growth to the clouds out there, so we don't necessarily see any tall, towering cumulus that would lead us to think we might have a few pop-ups out there. Notice the dew point at 58. That's the key number at the top of the screen. The dew point temperature, that is indicating that the air is still relatively dry. And there's a how about a time lapse? And there you go. You see some of those clouds there in the mid levels kind of drifting through today as we look back. That's Vulcan, by the way, and you can see at the bottom of the screen. And today with the clouds, a little bit of a shade that helped out with the comfort levels, and winds a bit more south component to the winds. Notice east southeast at 6 miles per hour. Here's what it looks like on First Alert AccuTrack right now. Some 70s showing up around Haleyville, 77 in Coleman. It's going to be the perfect night for concert at Oak Mountain, high school football, Alabama State Fair. A lot going on this weekend. And if you are planning on just taking it easy around the house, maybe you have one of those chimeneas or backyard fire pits. You want to get out there on the patio with some friends and just take it easy. Notice there, 73 around 9 o'clock. Mostly clear sky overhead tonight. And by the way, at 8:33, if you look to the northwest direction, you may catch the space station for another flyover. Last night, it was very high in the sky. Tonight, it's going to be very low on the horizon, so it may be tougher to see tonight. But again, that's at 8:33, looking back to the northwest direction. 69 by 11 o'clock. Again, we'll start off in the morning. A nice start to our Saturday. Temperatures tomorrow afternoon, though, back in the upper 80s. Those college games, get ready for some very, very hot weather that we have coming up here. We're going to be talking more about the temperatures rising over the next several days. Also, we're going to get into the tropics, show you what's happening with Fiona. It's still a tropical storm today. Here's what's coming up. The above average temperatures, just how hot will it get? We're talking some 90s. Will we set records? We'll let you know. Of course, this week it's on Friday, Weather Kid time. We'll check in with Mickey. And again, we'll talk about the tropics and impacts on Fiona next on First Alert Weather Extra.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
And being another set of eyes looking out for your kids and your family.
Getting to the bottom of health and billing issues that may be hidden in the fine print.
How events nationwide are affecting you here at home.
WBRC Fox 6 is always here on your side, ready to help. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
These are your mornings, and Good Day Alabama is built to start them right. The only station staying local on all platforms all morning long. In your community, giving you a deeper perspective with the largest team dedicated to you. Showing new stories from overnight, helping you get through your day. With First Alert weather and traffic, getting to the point, not wasting your time, these are your mornings. Prepare for a good day. Prepare with Good Day Alabama.
When moments turn severe, how do you find clarity?
This is your First Alert from the WBRC Fox 6 weather team. We're with you as we prepare for this threat.
In a season of constant change, when you need to know first, when you need to prepare, only one team gives you the First Alert wherever you are. A trusted team staying ahead of what's next in your neighborhood. Stay alert. Stay with the First Alert weather team. Live, new, and on your side, beginning at 9 p.m. In a day filled with clutter and noise, WBRC Fox 6 News breaks down what you need to know before anyone else. With new updates, live and on the scene, answers for your money and your livelihood with 6 on Your Side investigates. And your First Alert for the hours and days ahead with the WBRC First Alert weather team. On your favorite platforms every night. WBRC Fox 6 News at 9 and 10. On your side.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. Of course, we're going to be focusing on the tropics a lot now since we have a tropical storm and it's getting, closer and closer to the United States. So we're just going to make this whole entire little segment, this block here, all about the tropics. And to get more information on explaining how, different things impact how these tropical systems develop, we're going to turn it over to meteorologist Matt Daniel.
All right, we've been tracking Fiona for the past couple of days, and one thing that's been limiting its potential to strengthen is the wind shear that's been impacting the system. And so you may have heard us use that term, but what exactly is wind shear? Well, when it comes to tropical systems, if you have high wind shear, it usually creates a weaker storm. And when there's not a lot of it, it's stronger. So wind shear is just the rate at which wind velocity changes from point to point in a given direction. And some of these winds are in the upper levels, so it sort of just blows the clouds into away from the main center. And so a lot of the storms have been displaced to the east of Fiona, and so that has prevented it from rapidly intensifying. Enable for those tropical systems to form, you need the storms to form around the center and be more symmetrical, and that has not been happening as of now, which of course is a good thing. We don't want to see an intense storm impact populated areas. But the big question with this system, though, is where's it going to go? We have a lot of different dynamics with this system on the potential track. We have an area of high pressure to the north, so that's what's been keeping the system moving mainly due west for most of today, but it is expected to turn slightly towards the west-northwest as we go into the end of the weekend into next week. And of course, there's two possibilities. If it ends up a little weaker, maybe the wind shear continues and it interacts with the land, it could take more of a southerly westerly component, and a weaker storm and a farther west opponent could mean it could have a greater impact perhaps towards the United States, or maybe even make its way into the Gulf of Mexico. Right now that looks unlikely, but we can't rule it out. And the other possibility is maybe it strengthens pretty quickly and then it turns more northwards, and then maybe that could completely avoid maybe the Bahamas and the United States. That can't be ruled out either. I think the middle ground, though, is what we're going to be watching, and of course we're going to continue to watch it through the National Hurricane Center's official forecast, which we will have updates throughout the weekend on that. But of course, the hurricane season, we are in the peak of that. In the middle of September is when we really see it ramp up, and as we go in October, it can still remain fairly busy. But of course, by the time we go in November, the tropics begin to calm down, and it officially ends by November 30th. So we've already had, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 named storms. I think we've only seen 2 hurricanes so far. So where does that put us on record when it comes to normal hurricane seasons? Well, typically by September 15th, we'll usually have about 9 named storms. So we're a little bit below average for this time of the year. By September 22nd, we typically see 10. And on average for a typical season overall, we would see 14 named storms. What about climatology when it comes to when we see our first or 2 hurricanes? Well, normally our first hurricane develops around August 11th. Second hurricane on August 26th. We've only had 2 hurricanes so far, and there is a chance Fiona could become a hurricane as we go into next week, but that still puts us a little bit behind schedule. And I'm not going to lie, I hope we stay behind schedule. It'd be great if the rest of the season becomes quiet, but of course we will be here tracking the tropics for you over the weekend and into next week. And you can also track the tropics as well. Just download the WBRC First Alert weather app. There's a code right there. You can just scan it, and you can get forecast tracks from the National Hurricane Center. You can sort of see that forecast cone impacting parts of Puerto Rico and Hispaniola going into the weekend. So there's a lot of great information on this tool, and of course we'll have plenty of updates over the weekend into next week.
Well, here's the latest on Tropical Storm Fiona. It is packing winds of 50 miles per hour. It is headed towards the Leeward Islands. The gusts can get up to 65 and moving a little bit faster than earlier today out of the west at about 15 miles per hour. So still on that westerly course. As we take a look at the forecast track and strength, we kind of walk through this slowly. As we get into tomorrow and into Sunday, that's when we'll start to see those tropical storm conditions battering Puerto Rico. The center may come close to crossing the southern part of the island. We'll have to wait and see for that. If that's the case, it'll get some of those stronger wind gusts that could get up close to hurricane strength. And then, of course, it's going to be crossing portions of the Dominican Republic as we head into late Sunday, early Monday with 65-mile-per-hour winds. So the strength may waver a little bit. We'll see how any interaction with land impacts the strength. That can sometimes cause these systems to, weaken, even though they're close to water or part of it's over water. It's the center that's most critical, being over water, whether or not it's going to be strengthening or not. And then we also have that chance of it making that turn as predicted and making that turn as it approaches the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos as we head into the afternoon hours on Tuesday. And as it goes over open waters, it has some of those conditions ripe for strengthening. So those winds could come up to 70 miles per hour then. And then we could be talking about a Cat 1 hurricane by Wednesday afternoon. But notice we still have that curve going forward with time. So we hope that trend continues. As we take a look at this product that shows you the conditions, either if it's favorable or not favorable, and we've overlaid the track. So let's see how it matches up. And it looks like as we go forward with time, the conditions are favorable, which would be the deep red that you see. And of course, it's not exactly favorable when it goes over the land, but then ends up over the water, and the wind shear is low, and so we're not talking about unfavorable conditions. So that's why it makes sense that we're seeing that potential for its strengthening to a Cat 1 hurricane. And in terms of what all the other models are saying, if we kind of just look for the consensus, they all agree that we're going to see that turn at some point. And, it may happen sooner than later. And that would be good news for the southeastern coastline. And I think at this point we can say we don't have to worry about the Gulf of Mexico being impacted by Fiona. So it does look like it's going to be making that turn. We just have to see how quickly that turn will happen. If we have a stronger system, that turn can happen sooner than if we have a weaker system. So we'll continue to keep you updated on that. But coming up after this break, we're going to be talking about a heat wave heading our way next week with Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt.
Remodeling a shower or bath can be tricky with gas prices up and tight monthly budgets. Cost is a real concern, but West Shore Home is helping homeowners get the shower bath they need right now. I'm joined by Kirsten from West Shore Home. And Kirsten, tell us, how is West Shore making bath remodeling affordable?
So Joe, for folks who want to get their bath or shower project done right now, we have a very special offer. We know that monthly budgets are a little bit tight right now, which is why we wanted to make this offer available to everyone. If they give us a call, we have 18 months of no payments and no interest financing. That means they can get their shower or bath done now and not have to make a payment for 18 full months.
So you're saying people can get their new shower bath installed right now and not have to worry about making any payments or paying any interest until 2024. That's really helpful.
Definitely. People love this plan because it allows them to be flexible with their finances.
Can we see some projects you've done recently?
Absolutely. So here's one where the homeowner wanted to replace their old fiberglass shower with something more new and modern. So we replaced it with a beautiful marble style shower with an easy low step entry and a beautiful shower door.
That is amazing. Perfect combination of safety and beauty.
It definitely is. So let's take a look at another one. These homeowners were struggling with mold and mildew from their old tile. They were tired of scrubbing. We were able to give them this beautiful new shower that is so much easier to clean. You can get a new shower or bath just like this when you call right now, and you won't have any interest or payments until 2024.
Kirsten, thanks so much. Folks, do not put off that shower or bath project any longer. West Shore Home is making it affordable to take care of that bath project right now. West Shore Home is extending this offer for 1 week only. Free installation on all shower and bath projects. And for a limited time, they're doing 18 months of flexible financing. That's no payments and no interest until early 2024. This is an offer you don't want to miss. Call the shower and bath experts at West Shore Home now.
Hey, you're watching First Alert Weather Extra. Don't forget, we're streaming on our YouTube channel, the First Alert Weather app. And we have an app if you're watching us on Fire TV, Roku. We have a WBRC app you can download there if you have those devices, and check us out. Live look here in Jasper. It's going to be another beautiful setup here for tonight. We're showing 73. Live look from Montevallo. Another nice, colorful glow there in that evening sky, showing 80 here in Shelby County. The winds shifting moving around to the east direction. Tomorrow, very calm start to the day, sunshine early on. And out there tomorrow, by the way, with the nights being kind of cool, if you're planning on doing some fishing, getting out early tomorrow around the lakes and the rivers, there could be a little bit of fog in those areas because that water heats up here with the heating of the day, and then those temperatures drop at night. You get a little bit of steam fog there in some of those local waterways. But temperatures tonight bottoming out again 60s for most areas, perhaps a few upper 50s to the northeast tomorrow. But looking ahead to next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, temperatures back in the mid-90s. That is the big story. Hot weather, another wave of heat coming for next week, and it's probably going to continue into next weekend. Dry, hotter conditions there in that long-range forecast. How about the comfort levels as far as the evenings go? Well, it is going to start to feel more muggy, so you will notice a bit more of a mild, kind of humid feel there for the evenings. Right now, it's still kind of dry and crisp for folks tonight, tomorrow night, and into Sunday night. I think you're really going to enjoy how quickly those temperatures drop off there. It's going to help us out, but next week, again, not quite as dry. Rainfall-wise, though, not seeing much, maybe a couple of pop-ups down along the coast. That's the only chance for wet weather that we see this weekend. In fact, next week looks dry there down along coastal areas by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday if you have travel plans. And again, you can see those heat levels building around here, but this dry pattern, it will hang on, and that's why we have the first alert for the hotter conditions. As Jill noted, Fiona at this point not a major concern for us, but it is a system that we are going to be watching down the road. Next Thursday, fall arrives, and that is the autumn equinox. We're in meteorological fall already, and that's the astronomical fall season that begins there next Thursday. And of course, it's going to be 95 degrees, right, Jill, as we go beyond the 7-day forecast. How about this heat? What are we seeing as we go beyond next week?
Yeah, I wish I saw like a big, the blue showing below average. Not seeing that quite here going beyond the 7-day. Seeing that up across the Great Lakes region, parts of the Northeast. Otherwise, we're still going to be trending, it looks like, in that above average trend direction. So we'll be watching for those temperatures to perhaps be, again, a little bit above the average, perhaps not as extreme as what we're going to be seeing, going into next week. Now let's talk about the humidity. Again, we've been watching this, tracking this all week long. There have been signs of some drier, which would hence mean more comfortable air moving in, but it does look like maybe a brief spike in humidity as we get towards the 24th, 25th, and then look at that 26th, 27th. There's that time frame again showing that drier air with those dew points falling into the upper 40s. Again, when it's in the 60s and especially the 70s, it's very uncomfortable. You get into the 50s, 40s, or lower than that, you're talking about very dry air and very comfortable conditions out there. So again, that is still showing up and maybe lingering a little bit longer. So again, we might have, the temperatures during the afternoon heating up a little bit, but the key is, will we see, again, these conditions where it's humid? I just don't see that as much now. So that's some great news. But we're also seeing this that, may draw some concern with that threat for below average precipitation to continue, because, maybe we could turn the dial and we might start to see abnormally dry conditions developing or even drought. It's not out of the question. We certainly have turned to a drier pattern and now a hotter one. So guess what? Any moisture is going to be evaporating even more readily. So we'll have to be monitoring that. Remember, every Thursday, Matt gives us the update on the drought. So we'll be looking for that next week to see if there's any changes. But coming up after the break, we have Mickey's Weather Kid. Stay with us.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
These are your mornings, and Good Day Alabama is built to start them right. The only station staying local on all platforms all morning long. Prepare for a good day. Prepare with Good Day Alabama.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
How events nationwide are affecting you here at home.
WBRC Fox 6 is always here on your side, ready to help. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
In a season of constant change, when you need to know first, when you need to prepare, only one team gives you the first alert. A trusted team staying ahead of what's next in your neighborhood. Stay alert. Stay with the First Alert Weather Team.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
Being another set of eyes looking out for your kids and your family.
This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
Live, new, and on your side, beginning at 9 p.m., WBRC Fox 6 News breaks down what you need to know before anyone else on your favorite platforms every night. WBRC Fox 6 News at 9 and 10. On your side.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
How will the weather impact your roads? The First Alert Weather app has live traffic updates and road conditions for a safer commute. This is why we First Alert.
WBRC Fox 6 News. On your side.
That's right, we are, and I'm here with Grady. Come on, we can bring it on in here. Hey, welcome back. So, Grady, anything else we need to know about you?
Not really.
Have we solved this mystery about Grady? There's nothing else about you that's interesting?
Not really.
Okay, all right, well, good. Well, let's get into doing the weather real quick, and let's step over here. Can you mind? What are these little puffy things here? Let me borrow this arm right here.
They're clouds.
These are clouds. So we just got a couple of clouds, don't we? Now, what if out down here in the Gulf of Mexico?
Right down here, it's rain.
It's rain. Is there any rain here?
No.
Okay, so we're zooming in. We have a pretty nice day. All right, let me borrow that arm again. What's this town here?
Tuscaloosa.
Temperature?
63.
What about over here?
Birmingham, 65.
What about way up there?
Pell City, 59.
Okay, you like to read? Pretty good reader? Yeah? Well, let's read this forecast here. What do we think is going to happen right around lunchtime?
I'd say it's going to be sunny.
Sunny? What's the temperature about lunch?
81.
All right, let's look over here. And what do we think the high is going to be today? Let's use this arm now.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, this one right here. What's the high?
The high is 86.
And what's it going to be?
Partly cloudy.
Partly cloudy. That looks great. All right, kids, if you want to do the weather with me, just like old Grady here. By the way, your hair's messed up. I just want to let you know your hair is just a mess. I just want to let you know that. Okay, look at that. That's just crazy. Your mom wants to brush out with a comb right now. Kids, if you want to help me do the weather, just tell your mom or dad or grandparents, if they're Honey or Dee, that's the name of your grandparents, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They're very young grandparents, aren't they? Okay, don't answer. Don't answer. All right. And every kid who's picked gets a gift card from AmFirst. They make it all possible. So thank you very much. And Grady, I think you did a great job. Yay! Let's check in with JJ.
Yeah, we'll check in with JJ tonight for Sideline coming up here on WBRC. Sunrise on Beeswax Creek. That's Sharon Gill in Columbiana. Sharon always shares some lovely photos. Look at that beautiful view out there. Notice I mentioned early, you can see some of that steam there rising off the water. There'll be some of that again early tomorrow morning. Nice drop in temperatures out there for tonight. We're forecasting lows right around 64, back in the upper 80s. And then next week as fall arrives, well, temperatures surging into the mid-90s. Wave of very hot weather. The average high is at 86. And you can see we're going to be jumping well above average there, but no wet weather, very dry. Plan on watering over the next several days. And we'll update you on Fiona. We'll have some update forecast tracks and more on that long range forecast tonight as we continue on WBRC Fox 6 News at 9, 9:30 and 10 o'clock. And of course, Sideline later this evening. Have a wonderful weekend.